Sir Samuels, how are you, sir?
Just slide into Jamaica in the middle of the night last night. Quite, quite okay so far. Just recovering slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. Before I ask you anything else, I have to ask you about the eye. How is that doing? How is it doing?
Most definitely not 100% yet, but recover quite well. As I say, I'm seeing properly and stuff like that. So they
Mm-hmm.
recommend me to get a lot of rest and stuff like that. So I couldn't fly and stuff like that, but I was able to fly.
Mm-hmm.
So I was required a lot of help, which the renegades, you know, make sure that when I reached to LA,
Mm-hmm.
California, there was somebody to assist me. When I reached to Miami, there was somebody to assist me, and I get assistance in Jamaica as well. So it was a very smooth flight, a
Yeah.
smooth trip as well. Very long,
Yeah.
but when you're coming home, it's not that long.
Let me ask you this. There's a lot of issues to cover, but I want to get to the bottom of this Shane Warne thing a little bit. But before we even do that, being in a hotel for 2 weeks, unable to move, we were told, because blood vessel might burst in your eye and that kind of thing. How difficult was that to deal with?
to be honest, it wasn't. I'm not gonna tell you that it wasn't. It was difficult to be just sitting there. Basically, I just put the entire room in darkness and stuff like that. But there's just a lot of things running through my mind and running through my head as well. But out of it, I take a few positive, which I said before that.
The, the
Now
room
I feel.
the room had
Now
to be
I,
in darkness.
yeah, I put the room in. I choose to do that.
Oh,
I didn't want any light for 2 weeks.
oh
Because
my
that
God.
was basically a segment of me digging deep again and wondering,
Were you
how am I
worried?
gonna cooperate with this injury.
Uh, were you worried, Marlon, that you might lose the eye?
To be honest, I'm grown over the years, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and at the moment where I am right now in my life, what is to be must be, and I'm not worried. And if it was for me to lose my eye, then that's what the Almighty wants. I couldn't do anything about that. But at the end of the day, as I said, I picked up something very positive out of the injury right away, knowing that my foundation is to send. My foundation is basically going to send a couple of kids to school and continue to pay their school fee and stuff like that. And if they choose to do sports, I equip them with sports equipment and stuff like that, as long as they could keep their grades up. And now I'm going to dedicate my foundation to blind people as well, like especially the blind team. So what I do is went and sent and find out some information on the West Indies blind team,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't think is in the region at the moment, and I'm going to do quite a few stuff for the blind team. And
Wonderful.
I get information from the board as well. So as soon as they're back in the Caribbean, the board will inform me so I can start doing something special for them.
Wonderful. Now that Shane Warne incident, you blocking David Hussey. We saw it on the TV, Marlon. They replayed this several times. Looking at it, I think that it was something that no bowler should be doing, which is grabbing a batsman. But I didn't think that the run was on. That precipitated the Shane Warne incident. In hindsight, should you have blocked David Hussey?
Well, you see, if you look at it, this is just the way even a lot of West Indian we do it with players that you're comfortable with, players that you'll never do it if the run is on. No, the run wasn't on. There wasn't a second and stuff like that. But David also is somebody that I communicate with on many occasions, and he was somebody that I'm okay with. So that touch right there, even David also say in the hearing, because he called in the hearing and he said that Marlon didn't really touch me. He just kind of put his hand close to me and stuff like that. And he basically said that, the run wasn't on, and Marlon probably prevent him from running out himself, and there was nothing wrong with it. And he himself said that me and him have a good relationship, so there wasn't any problem, because, even when I was coming out to bat, remember, David also walked right past me, so this is something between me and a player that have a good relationship. Wherever we meet, IPL,
Yeah.
the World Cup, so the relationship is good, so I would understand why Shane Warne, which I have a good relationship with, will take up something like that on his head.
Shane Warne came out now, Marlon. The whole Jamaica, in fact the whole world, saw Shane Warne grabbing on your shirt. It looked it looked at one stage as if Shane Warne was about to have a fit. Now I was thinking, at what stage is Marlon going to bust this man head with a bat? I must say, my boss, that it was admirable the way you kept your cool when Shane Warne did that.
Well, you see, I will remember over the years, I've been through a lot of stuff. So, as I tell you that I've grown into a very positive person and somebody that have a better outlook on life and stuff like that. So, a lot of things went through the mind right away in terms of I'm representing not only myself, but I'm representing the Renegade, the entire West Indies region, and I'm representing Jamaica and my kids. So, Shane Warne at 42 don't have a career, and I have a career, and this is somebody that I spoke to Shane Warne before he went out back on the field, but he went inside the dressing room, and I don't know what he went inside the dressing room, but obviously he has taken something, and it makes him a little bit high for him to be behaving like that.
What did you say to him before he went back out?
Before we went back out, I said to him, legend, and he said, what's up, mate, and walk right past me. So when we got in the Midland, for him to start behaving like that, then, I realized that this man is
that's
definitely...
True. So when he held on to your shirt, you said that thoughts passed through your mind. The Marlon Samuels of 5 years ago, what would your reaction be? Not the mature, logical sounding Marlon that we're hearing now.
I couldn't touch my shirt. I probably walk to it right away and just walk straight off the field and tell the Renegades to book my ticket, and I need to leave tomorrow on the first flight, and I'm not interested in playing any big bash anymore. But guess what? I have a better outlook on life now, and better things to do. But what Shane Warne did for me, he at 42, Shane was what he did was it was very desperate. So he kind of take over his mind and let him do something out of the norm and stuff like that. But as I said, what he has done for me, I was staying in the same hotel as all the tennis stars, the Serena Williams and all of them and stuff like that. And whenever I come outside, I saw Serena Williams and the two sisters them. And every time I come outside, there's like 2 vehicles out there waiting for me to go to the doctor. And you could see these girls looking because I'm getting so much attention. So they were wondering, who is this guy? Until eventually I get to meet them and tell them my situation. They were wondering and stuff like that. And they said, I hope there's speedy recovery, and I hope that you're back playing whatever you're playing, cricket, because they don't really understand it. It was the person that want to pick me up, explain to them and tell them that I'm injured and stuff like that. But at the hospital, I even get flowers, I even get cars, even from a 5-year-old kid. A 5-year-old kid write to me and tell me that, mate, you should have punched Shane Warne in his face, stuff like that. So Shane Warne turned me into a legendary in Australia.
Bigger star. Let me ask you one more thing.
He turned me into a bigger star.
Yeah.
The Renegades have said to me, the Renegades said to me that, listen, we need you to come, but this is my eye. Right? My eye could not open. And the Renegade said to me, Marlon, we are going to double your money for next year. Whatever it takes to get you back to play for the Renegades, we will do it. And I tell them that, listen, I'll think about it. They say, well, you have the entire year to think about it. Because they said that I was just a very professional person, the way I handle everything.
Yes.
And they want me back in the unit. I met the coach for the first time. And this coach article and everything the coach has to say, it's just very positive things about me. And after the tournament, the team has to do a briefing, and every player said, Eels replaced me and scored 90-something.
Right.
And every player said, no matter what, Mulitayan might get a little bit old next year and can't come back, but Marlon must come back. And Finch himself, the captain, said, this is the player I want to come back. All
right, let me ask you, we want to move on to issues in Jamaica in a little while, but one more question on this Shane Warne. When the ball was thrown and it hit you, I saw you throwing up your bat almost in disgust. Were you intending to hit Shane Warne with the bat, or was it just to express your frustration?
To be honest, Shane Warne, look at Shane Warne's size to me. It was more of the boiling point and disgust. Because after I threw away the bat, I was basically walking towards him and he was walking away, So if he wanted to continue, he should have, maybe if he had stopped right there, then maybe Marlon wouldn't have been professional. But I did my utmost best in representing everyone, including myself.
All right, boss. Proud of you for that. Issues in Jamaica now, Marlon. We have heard you saying it elsewhere, but I suspect more people will be hearing you now. About issues in the Jamaican camp. You have described a croc crew in Jamaica and how disruptive they can be to the national team setting. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, I mean, I remember last year playing the T20 and stuff like that. Even before last year playing the T20, and it's as if, no, I mean, a lot of players would have problems with certain people and stuff like that. But they're the one now that I think over the years, remember, in a team you have a lot of bad blood and stuff like that, and people not getting along. But when they cross the rope, they play cricket as a unit and stuff like that. Because not every team everybody gets along with. Right. Get along. Last year they come out, which I think the management should have done something for them to come out to say that I was disruptive, and so basically I cost them the T20 tournament. But when they play 4D and all these things, when Marlon Samuel score almost 1,000 runs, I wasn't disruptive. So all my disruptive now, and nothing was done. So this year I wasn't there to be disruptive, and the team unity, they said that wasn't there. Where was it now? Players that is in the team at the moment saying that they're trying to put something together like there's a team unit, but they're not feeling it.
Hold on, Marlon.
KLAS Sports FM 8.
Come back, and as we said, a very special edition of the Sports Desk. Marlon, you're still there?
Yeah.
Let me just rewind to something that you said, that after the failed T20 final last year, there were elements in the Jamaican team that said you were the disruptive force, which is
of course they come out on national radio and say that. Didn't you hear that interview?
Yes, I did. Well, I don't know if they said Marlon Samuel specifically, but a lot of the hints.
Remember, after those interviews, the people were saying Marlon Samuel, and people that did the interview confirmed that it is me.
Right. So they felt that you were a disruptive force.
Yeah, a very disruptive force. So I don't know under what condition I'm a disruptive force, because even, I hear Lambert, did I interview Lambert? What Lambert said, that's just Marlon. Lambert said, I'm dedicated to the cricket, and I just sit and I always keep myself to myself and stuff like that. So I don't know under what condition that can be disruptive, because I always have things to share with whosoever want to hear my views or my experience in the team and stuff like that.
But you did ask a good question. Why were you not a disruptive force in the 4-day tournament when you helped Jamaica to win, scoring almost 1,000 runs, as you said? Why would you be not disruptive in the 4-day but disruptive in the 2020?
But because over the years these guys have problem with the T20. The T20, as soon as they lose the T20, it's like it broke loose, I know money is there and stuff like that, So, but I really don't know the real reason behind it. But the T20 is always a big problem. When we lose it, can't you realize, look at the 4 days and the 50 over. You don't hear anybody coming out and talk who is disruptive or anything like that. Have you ever heard that before?
No. Well, so what I'm getting from this, Marlon, the T20 competition is a cash-rich competition. When you get to the Champions League, I think each team at the Champions League starts with $500,000 US.
Yeah.
So the Jamaican cricketers badly want to go to the Champions League, and therefore are more likely to speak out when we don't win the T20. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, it's not exactly what I'm saying. I'm just pinpointing something that I'm not sure. But if you realize, can't you realize that is the T20 is the problem when we lose?
Yes, indeed. Based on what you're saying now, it adds up.
It is the problem when we lose.
You clearly, there are some elements in the team that have a problem with Marlon Samuels. I heard you publicly saying that they have a problem with you. You call them the croc crew. What is the croc crew in the Jamaican team?
You would have to ask them, because I think Lambert confirmed that as well, so they can't deny that there is a team inside the team and they call themselves the croc. But the leader of the croc is basically Nikta, because he's the one that come out and I hear that he went on the sports grill and went and put something on the grill to cook, but I don't know who is interested to eat what he has put on the grill.
Yes. He has come. Well, when I heard you said that there's a croc crew, you didn't call any names. But
exactly.
You did say that they could be distinguished by their hairstyle, and you didn't say what type of hairstyle either.
None at all. I think I did a professional interview, without I don't think I really touched anyone can, but if I touch someone can, I guess I touched his can. So he came out and say a lot of stuff. So I came here and there was like all my friends, because I can only keep one set of friends with my entire life. I don't change my friends in a Harvard.
Yes.
And my friends are true to me, and I'm true to my friends, and I'm real to my friends, and my friends are real to me, and I think that's the way to go about life. You don't chop and change.
Yeah. Do you and Nikita let me ask you this. Clearly, Nikita Miller said he and Marlon Samuels are not friends. What is it that has soured the relationship between you two?
Tell us straight off the bat. Remember in the interview, he said that he's not sure what is the real reason, right?
Yes.
Let me tell him the real reason. The real reason is that I'm playing for Jamaica since I'm 15, and I've never seen somebody behave the way he behaves in a Jamaica team. He complains for everything. So in Melbourne training, he comes to Melbourne training, and he comes with his own cricket ball. And a lot of people can tell you this. He comes with his own cricket ball. When that is when Carter is captain, and he refused to play for Melbourne. And he said that he's not available, but this man is not available, but yet still he come and sit and watch the cricket before the first ball, and watch the entire cricket. How comes he's not available? I come back into the cricket and I start captain, and he did the same thing. He's not available, but he still go to Jamaica trials and still come and watch Melbourne cricket. We actually got to St. Elizabeth and play a match, Melbourne against St. Elizabeth. And the drive come to St. Elizabeth, this person that is not available, and he sit down and watch the entire game before the first ball, and he's not available. So he complains about everything, and I think it was very annoying for somebody that we have bring to Melbourne and bring to the forefront and treat with only respect. And since he has made the West Indies team, he started disrespecting a lot of people, and nobody can speak to him anymore. So I guess he arrived. If you watch watch what I'm saying, because I'm not here to tell any lies on anyone or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is the complaint reach as far as the Jamaica team. We even, as I say, remember I said that Jimmy Adams is a man that comes with a lot of discipline and stuff like that. We were standing on the beach, we were waiting on the beach in Barbados, and I guess he and Dan Zayat was late for a session on the beach. Take his own sweet time, at least Dan Zayat come and he apologized. He came and he walked straight to the breakfast. Went and eating breakfast, so they carry on. Jimmy wasn't happy, so they decided to send him home, stuff like that. We with the same people that himself fighting against him, had to beg him and say, okay, let's let this go, because we're still here to play cricket, and not here to kill anyone, career and stuff like that.
Let me ask you this one, man.
I'm not finished yet, man.
Yeah.
Because this is my last interview, and this young man, because this young man needs to understand himself.
Yes.
And I'm telling him why I have a problem, because he's somebody that we have bring to Melbourne, and Bill as well. I have a problem when you come to a Jamaica training in a full West Indies clothes. Yes, Marlon Samuels have a problem, because when you look at the forum, almost everybody play for West Indies. So why you alone in full West Indies clothes? I have a problem with that.
At a Jamaica training?
At a Jamaica training, everybody in Jamaica color. I have West Indies clothes that's under 15, under 19, A team, senior team. And I'm not wearing a West Indies, I will never wear West Indies clothes come to Jamaica training I don't know, to make anybody feel as if, I'm this big West Indies player and stuff like that. In pinpointing some little petty stuff, like he wants to bowl to me in the nets and go slowly, and trying to get Gus Logie to speak to me and stuff like that. You can't get Gus Logie to speak to me. He doesn't. That's the first time you meet Gus Logie. Gus Logie was my under 19 coach. Gus Logie was my West Indies senior coach. You know nothing about Gus Logie. Gus Logie know everything about Marlon Samuels. Gus Logie, I grow in Gus Logie hands as well. Gus Logie words to me was score a lot of runs, because you have a lot of things to prove, because you're not supposed to be around here. That was Mr. Logie words to me.
In the Jamaica training session? In
the Jamaica setup. He said, where you belong, score a lot of runs and leave here.
Let me tell you what I understand, Nikita. One of Nikita, well, he didn't say it directly, but I understand that he's pushing this as one of the things that Marlon would have had against him. He's suggesting that, was it 09 when Bangladesh came to the West Indies, a lot of the senior players did not play. but Nikita Miller played, and it created some bad blood by those senior players like yourself, who felt that he was a traitor to the cause. That's one version of the story why the two of you not getting along.
I hear him say that as well. I can answer to that. If he wanted to play, that's his decision. Don't, and that's his life. You can't tell a man not to take up to go for a few dollars. You can't tell, because you're not going to give the man a few dollars, so you can't tell a man not to go and do it or represent any region or anything he wants to represent. So what for him to try and say stuff like that, that's not true. I highlight all the problems I have with him, all his complaints, and I give you a lot of complaints from the Melbourne team, in the Jamaica team, and I'm gonna tell you that the complaint lead right over into West Indies team. He actually sit down after, remember now, after the World Cup, you check all the players that went into problem. Chris, Nikita Miller.
This team within a team that you talk about, how does that work?
I mean, to be honest, let me tell you something. Crossing the rope and playing cricket is not difficult to play with anyone. Remember I tell you, in a lot of teams you have people that not speaking to each other. This happening in Jamaica team, gone way back. The thing about it is that it's just unfortunate, but it's just a part of life, though. But it's you, the individual, have to know what you're about and know what you want, and know where you're going to spend all your time, because these are issues that will come the next generation. So these are issues that you can't run away from. It's just you, the individual. If you're going to make it affect you, are you going to use it and step? Are you going to use it to move away from it, or to uplift yourself, or to continue to work hard and stay focused in a tough situation? Because there's no situation in life that is easy. So if you're looking for a team where everybody jumping up and jolly and saying that, oh, we love you, you are the greatest cricketer, I want a team that everybody's saying that I'm the greatest cricketer and they love me and stuff like that. So you, the individual, have to be a tough individual in your mind to know that nothing is perfect in this world, and no team is perfect, and nobody is perfect, and everybody's not going to love you. You just have to tell yourself that I am loved by many and I'm hated by few, and continue to tell yourself that and know what you're about, and continue to work hard and work for what you want and what you want to achieve.
Let me ask you this: Has that bad blood between yourself and the Croc crew affected the team in any way, you think?
No, to be honest, I don't think. If you look at it, the Croc crew basically is Andre Russell alone as he playing for West Indies, and basically would say he's not on top of his game, but he's still learning, and he have a lot of potential. Young man, have a lot of energy and buzz in the field. So Andre Russell is easy to speak to. Remember, he's a part of the Croc, and remember if you look at the gears that he used, he actually used the gear that I use, and I have a lot to say in when it comes to Puma, and it basically comes through. And I hear before me even get a Puma contract that we want to bring Andre Russell on board, and my first what to think about him, and I know he's a Croc. My first remark to the bosses was, he's a very, very good talent. You need to work with him, and I think it's a good catch. So you need to keep him because he can push the Puma brand as well.
So you're saying even though there are differences between yourself and these members, it didn't stop you from recommending him to other people?
They can't stop me from recommend these stuff, man. I'm supposed to go to Bangladesh,
Hold on, don't start that story. We'll take a commercial break. Like I said, no holds barred talk with Marlon Samuels. We may be going up until maybe another 15 minutes or so. Marlon, yeah man, you're suggesting that despite the differences between yourself and some members of the Jamaican team, it doesn't stop you from recommending them to higher places, as you did with Russell and that Puma contract, and you were about to tell us something about Bangladesh.
I got Bangladesh, the team in Bangladesh. I hear him talking about if in his interview, if they could look at me in Bangladesh and stuff like that, let me brighten him and widen his knowledge and Bangladesh and Marlon Samuels. I think I have a lot to say, and maybe I have some good powers in Bangladesh right now. enough that I will share what is down there for players to get. I think Kemar Lewis, Blackwood, and I think Xavier Marshall should be a part of the Jamaica setup. But that's what I think. So in terms of that, Bangladesh decided that, listen, I never put myself into Bangladesh action in Harvard. This is the team. This is the team that want me to come back, put me in there and actually say, yeah, they buy me. I don't know how they do it, but anyway, they do it. But on the table, I'm supposed to get 300,000 US, 150 up front. Yeah. When I got injured, they called me and said, are you going to be ready in 1 week when you leave in Australia? I said, no, I'm not going to be ready. And they said, listen, just your presence alone with you will still pay the same money. I said, no, I can't come, but I can recommend a player, a very good player. And he hasn't made his name as yet, but he can make his name in this tournament. And I recommend Kemar Lewis. I call Wavell and ask Wavell for a number for him. Wavell send me his number and I call him and send the number to my team. My team call him. And everything set up for this young man to go and get this opportunity. You know what stopped this young man? This young man don't have a visa to go through England. This young man don't have a visa to go through America. He called me back. He didn't even know the time difference. He called me back and it was 4:30 in the morning. And I said hello. I said, he said Marlon and me, man. I said, yeah. So what I say, you ready? You can feel like you're ready for the Bangladesh, man. He said, boy, you know, so I just call about to tell you, say thank you for the effort and things like that. I say, thank you for the effort. You sound like you're not gonna work. I say, him now no visa and stuff like that. I say, you have to look about them things, you have to have them things, you know, cause anything can happen in life, this, you know. But, you know, worry about it. I'm saying, he might look about him visa and stuff like that, but you will get the opportunity. If I'm supposed to sit down and think within myself and say to myself that, me injured, you think me go send a next man in a my space. Next thing go do well and next year they don't want to call me back. I'm not Marlon Samuels, is not that kind of person, because guess what? I can't put anybody in my space, because what is for me cannot be for your next man.
Yeah. I want to ask you this, Marlon. Coming out and speaking like this, you definitely will play for Jamaica again at some point, we all hope. What happens now? The next time a Jamaica team takes the field and Marlon Samuels is in the team, Nikta Miller in the team, Andre Russell in the team, how will that dynamic work in that dressing room after these interviews?
It will work, you know, because I'm not coming out to bash them or anything like that. I'm just coming out to let them know that I have been through a lot, you know, and I've found my way, and there's ways of go about things, and I will help them any time of the day, despite what they want to say about me behind my back or whatsoever they want to say in front of me. I've grown, and you have watched me grow in the public, and the public have watched me grow, not only on the cricket field but off the cricket field, and the public have listened to me speak. And I do a lot of reading. You think you can just come and start speaking like this? Yeah, I do a lot of reading, a lot of research, and a lot of soul searching and stuff like that. So I can free flow with you all day and talk a lot of positive, because that's all I do. Think positive and think about helping other people. So if I go back in the setup, I am a professional, and I'll tell you why I'm a professional. I'm a professional because I dedicate everything, and I continue to give thanks every day, because I've been through a lot, as I said. And I am a true professional, because I can go back into a Jamaica setup, and I'm not afraid to tell a man, if you come before me, if I come see you, I'm going to tell you, man, and if you don't want to answer me, that's your business. But at the end of the day, I come to score a double century.
Yes.
Yeah? And me and you can distract me from scoring a double century. So if you want to screw up your face in the corner and don't want to talk to me, that's your business. But at the end of the day, I have one life to live, and I make the most of my life, and I'm a jovial person, and I talk a lot of crap, so I can make you laugh all day, and on the other hand, I can inspire you as a young man that me not reach nowhere yet, me I just 31, you know. Yeah. I can inspire you, know. Through my tribulation and trials.
I know. Let me ask you this: are you prepared to still play for Melbourne with Nikta Miller in that Melbourne team? Because I've heard that rumor, Marlon, that you won't play for Melbourne again. Set that issue to rest for me.
But let me put that issue to rest. Yeah. Look at it. Look at Marlon Samuels' career where I am right now. Playing international cricket, playing for the Big Bash League and stuff like that. If I do come back to Jamaica, don't you think that I should use that little opportunity, which I'm hardly ever here, to drop my kids to school and spend some quality time with my kids. Don't you think that's fair for me to do? So it's not about not playing for Melbourne, but we have to balance our time, and I think I can use that time, and the club will appreciate me using that time as a family time to bond with my family.